What's up, guys? This is YGO Silence coming at you with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you my Vendread deck. Now, you guys are probably thinking, wait, YGO, you just posted a Vendread deck the other day. Yeah, I did. This is, in my opinion, the best Vendreads can be right now. Usually when I make a deck, I attempt to make it as cheap as humanly possible while making it effective and a good deck, something you can rely upon. But the reason some cards are expensive is because those cards are good. Now, not all expensive cards are good and not all good cards are expensive, but in some situations, cards that are excellent and are necessary to play at a higher level are kind of pricey. Now, this deck, I did not attempt to cut cost. I did not attempt to weaken the deck to make it more budget friendly. This, in my opinion, is the best Vendreads can be. Now, I also want to say, before I get into this video, I'm going to be going off to college in a week or so, and this will probably be one of my last uploads before I go. I will be posting a lot less regularly once I get to school. I do apologize for that, but you know, you gotta put your nose to the grindstone when it comes to school. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, starting off with the main deck, this is a 48 card main deck. As a general rule, I try to keep a deck to 48 or to 40 cards. 48 is a little much for me, but I found that it doesn't hurt the consistency at all, and this deck is still very effective. Start off 3 Vendread Slayer. This is your boss monster of the deck. I still think it's an incredible card. It's a beefed up Trident if you get it out right, and you guys know how difficult Trident is to deal with. 3 Revenants. Revenants is really nice. It allows you to banish special summoned monsters, and that's really effective against decks like Zoo. It allows you chain off, let's say a Trident tries to pop your Slayer, you could chain off that and then just banish it, which is really nice. So it's kind of like a who's going to use their effect first type deal. So Revenants is really good if you could get that effect on your Slayer. 3 Hound Horde. Now, Hound Horde, I think I undercut how good it was, because I was just thinking like as the general, average deck. I was not thinking about True Draco. Hound Horde is so good against True Draco because you could just banish their spells and traps without getting their destruction effects. It's really, really nice, and I learned that when I went to a tournament the other day, how good Hound Horde can be. Those are all the Vendread monsters. Next, we run the Predaplant engine. Now, the Predaplant engine is extremely effective, also known as the Brilliant engine. It's just a great way to get an extra normal summon, get a ton of monsters on the field, swarm the field, and it allows you to make some big plays. So 3 Lone Fire, 3 Orphis Scorpio, 1 Darlingtonia Cobra, 1 Trick Clown, and 1 Tourmaline. Now, I did say I wasn't going to cut costs, but Tourmaline is pretty much the budget Garnet. Garnet's like $10, which is stupid for a normal monster, but Tourmaline is pretty much just as good. You're just using it as brilliant fodder. You are never trying to normal summon it, and honestly, Garnet doesn't have much defense, whereas Tourmaline does, so you could set it, and that's less likely it'll get run over, but still, I mean, Garnet's better, but, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, next, we're getting into the generic zombie support. Alright, 3 Solitaire. Solitaire is a great card, alright? It's a 1-card Omega if you just have him, and it's just an excellent way to start your plays. 3 Unizombie. Unizombie is just absurd. Great card. I think probably the best generic zombie support in the game. 3 Mizuki. The close second in the best zombie support in the game. You gotta run 3 Mizuki if you're playing a zombie deck. 1 Gozuki. Gozuki's kind of nice. You could send it with Foolish Burial, send it with Unizombie, and get a special summon off, which is nice. So that's generic zombie support. Next, you just run 3 Manju. Ritual support, it's nice. It allows you to normal summon it, which you're not really worried about your normal summons in this deck, because you get 2. As a general rule with Seraph Knight out. So you run 3 Manju to just let you get better access to your spells and your Slayer. You run 3 Origin. Origin is your ritual spell. It's very effective. You could banish it from the graveyard to protect a Slayer if it would be destroyed, and it's just a very nice card to have. It also allows you to banish zombies from the graveyard as cost for your tribute, which is excellent. Alright, next, 3 Brilliant Fusion. Now, these are my proxies. I do apologize. I don't have 3 Brilliant Fusion right now. Looked all around town, couldn't find it. But Brilliant Fusion is a fantastic card. It's a great combo piece and allows you to go off on your plays and just really make your opponent hurt, because you could swarm the field very easily. 3 pre-prep, you know, it's a ritual deck, you run 3 pre-prep. 3 Forbidden Chalice. This card has not been getting enough hype. You know, Forbidden Chalice has been around a little while, but I think right now this is probably one of the... It's a card I've been throwing in every single one of my decks, because I just love it. I love the ability to negate an effect, to just stop your opponent cold. When I'm playing against dinos, Forbidden Chalice is my best friend. I love Forbidden Chalice because Ultimate Conductor is a serious pain in my butt. 2 Book of Life. I actually dropped it down from 3 in my 40 card Vendread version, but I think at 2 it's fine. It doesn't brick at all. 1 Foolish, 1 Burial, 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge is fantastic. If you see this card, it's almost always over, because if you're doing that right, I mean, it's brutal. All right, guys. That is my main deck. Now, moving on to the extra deck. All right, guys. This is my extra deck. Starting off, I run 2 Omega. This is a proxy. I only have 1 Omega. But Omega is the main card you're going into when it comes to your extra deck. You don't really need your extra deck. This is a ritual build, and the main point of this deck is get Slayer out all beefed up. But Psyframe Lord Omega, if you get it out after you use it in your extra deck zone, and then it comes back, it gets dropped into your main monster zone. So it's not affected by links at all at that point, and then you get to use your extra deck zone again for something else. And so I really do like Psyframe Lord Omega. If you get him out, you can just start tearing stuff out of your opponent's hand. And it's a real pain in the behind to deal with. Black Rose 2. I love Black Rose, man. For many, many reasons. This is one of my favorite extra deck monsters. The artwork is fantastic, number 1. Number 2, this card is a beast, all right? If you drop it, you could clear your opponent's board. A lot of people don't know how to deal with a Black Rose. Best way to do it is with Unizombie and then a Mizuki. You can 1-card Black Rose with a Unizombie if your opponent has a monster on the field, or you have another monster on the field. It's just a great way to just kind of nuke the board, and it's really helpful that way. 1 Stardust. Stardust is really, really nice for some situations. Like if you already have an Omega for 1, or if you want protection, Stardust is there for you. It's really helpful. All right, those are all my synchros. XCs, 1 Tornado, 1 Minerva, 1 Dante. Minerva and Dante are kind of like the meh cards in this deck, because you're really not trying to mill all that much. But in some situations, Dante's real nice if you don't want to go into your Decode Talker with your Predaplant Engine, and you just want to get a fat beat stick at 2500 and do some damage. Dante's there for you, and Minerva is still really, really nice with the milling effect it has. 1 Castel, 1 Dark Rebellion, and then the Lightning Engine. All right. The Lightning Engine, man, I love this. This is fantastic. All right, those are all my XCs. Now, the fusions. You want to run Seraph Knight. Seraph Knight's really, really good, and you can bump this up to 2. Actually, no, you really can't. You only want to run 1, because once you use your Brilliant Fusion and you send your Gem Knight and your Trick Clown, I mean, you're not really going into your Brilliant Fusion anymore. So just 1 is fine. It's very unlikely that this thing is going to get torn out of your extra deck with that True King. But yeah, Seraph Knight, fantastic. All right, and finally, your Link monsters. You run 1 Decode Talker. You could possibly add another for, let's say, Minerva, because Minerva, I've never gone into her. But Decode Talker is an excellent card. It is part of your main combo with your Predaplant Engine, allowing you to go into a Seraph Knight, get an extra normal summon, use your Seraph Knight as a Link summon for Decode Talker, and then go from there. And it's really, really nice. I do very much enjoy Decode Talker. It's an excellent card. All right, guys, that is my extra deck. Now, move off to the side deck. All right, starting off, you run 1 Max C. Max C is just... A lot of people consider it the best monster in the game. I would have to disagree, because while a lot of decks do spam with the special summoning, Max C is sometimes a dead card, and I feel like that is very, very bad in a lot of situations, and that's why I don't main deck it. But if you see a zoo deck, if you see something that spams special summoning, Max C needs to go in your main deck, but True Draco is so prevalent right now, and that doesn't special summon at all, so Max C is pretty much a dead card at that point, so I just don't use it. Next, 3 Ghost Ogres. Man, don't you hate when you can't find a card you know you have? I have put my 3 Ghost Ogres in all of my deck profiles and couldn't find them today. So, yes, 3 Ghost Ogres. I think it's the best hand trap in the game. You need to run it in your side deck if you're not running it in your main deck. And that's just pure and simple, because just some situations, it's too good. All right, 2 Gamma Seal. Now, I actually misunderstood a few things. I thought that you could not kaiju a monster in the extra deck zone. I was wrong about that. So you can kaiju it, and then the kaiju would just go to the main monster zone. So kaijus are not dead like I thought they were. They're still very much alive and kicking. So Gamma Seal is obviously the best kaiju in the game, with only 2200 attack. It's an excellent card. And it's just a good way to get over some monsters that just, you know, you can't deal with any other way. I mean, just tribute over the thing and it's fine. All right. The 3 board wipes. Board wipes are good. 3 Twin Twister. Same thing. I couldn't find my Twin Twister today either. Man, today was a struggle. And then, finally, this is kind of my niche pick, and that's Scapegoat. Scapegoat's kind of fun, all right? It's a quick play. I believe you could use it for a link summoning because Decode Talker does not say accept tokens. So I believe you could use Scapegoat for Decode Talker. In some situations, you know, Scapegoat's a nice card to deal with certain decks. And so I just side it just in case. But that is my side deck. Alright guys, this has been my revamped Vendread deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.